Hello students. Now we are going to learn next part of chemotherapy. As on previous video I told you what is chemotherapy, what are the site and mechanism of chemotherapeutic agents. So we learn. So before concluding my last video on site and mechanism action of antibiotics, we'll have some revision on it again. So as I told you, antimicrobial mechanism of actions by 4 steps. In that, first we'll learn inhibition of cell wall synthesis. Then second, we are moving alteration of cell membrane integrity. Third one, inhibition of ribosomal protein synthesis. Then we are going to cover suppression of DNA synthesis. Now, drugs that affect bacterial cell wall or membrane integrity and DNA synthesis are usually bactericidal. That means inhibition of cell wall, cell membrane integrity inhibition or alteration, or suppression of DNA synthesis. So whatever the drugs acts on these 3 categories or 3 parts, they are known as a bactericidal in nature. If protein or folic acid synthesis is affecting or showing the inhibition, that part or drugs acting on that part are considered as a bacteriostatic in nature. So mechanism of antibiotics, particularly for under bacteria, they are bactericidal and bacteriostatic. Now look at the picture now. Here you are seeing on the slide there is a cell wall. Cell wall synthesis example are penicillin, cephalosporin, monacobactams, vancomycins, etc. What they are doing? They are inhibiting cell wall. How they are inhibiting it? First, they bind to one or more penicillin binding proteins which are present on the cell wall. Then they inhibit final transpeptidation step, that is in the cross bridging, and this transpeptidation step of peptidoglycan. And basically peptidoglycan is a building blocks of the cell wall synthesis, particularly in the bacteria. Now, the formation of imperfect cell wall leads to osmotic drive of the fluid from outside of the environment to inside, which is already present hypertonic fluid of the bacteria. This is because of that binding action. As a result, bacteria swells, internal volume will become excess, and that swelling will make that bacteria to burst, and that burst result into the killing or a dying effect. And one more thing here to remember, the lysis of the bacteria is also facilitated by ongoing activity of cell wall, autolyzing enzymes. Autolyzing enzymes are murine hydrolases and autolysins. What are the autolyzing enzymes? Murine hydrolases and autolysins. So cell wall inhibition by bursting, killing, lysis activity is concerned. Second one is alteration of cell membrane integrity. Example is polymyxin. Cell membrane, here you are seeing, that is polymyxin. Now polymyxins basically functioning as cationic detergents, and they disrupt bacterial cell membrane by osmotic integrity, and especially here there is a displacement of calcium ion and magnesium ion from the membrane phosphates and its lipid phosphates especially, and this displacement ends in the leakage of the intracellular constituent of this bacteria, and this internal constituent once leaked out, that will concern as a death of that microorganism bacteria. But in case of fungus or antifungal antibiotics, amphotericin B is example for amphotericin as a antifungal antibiotic that bind to ergosterol present in the fungal cell membrane, and that alter its permeability by forming pores through which potassium ion, sodium ion, hydrogen ion and magnesium ion and other micromolecules again leak out along with these components. And what exactly what result can come into? There is a cell death, and this cell death you can say it is a Seidel effects. So bacterial cell wall synthesis inhibition and alteration in the cell membrane integrity. So both these things are concerned as a bactericidal or a fungicidal activity. Even one more example is their antifungal category. They especially or they which are containing azole groups that so inhibit ergosterol biosynthesis. So there is a leakage of the fungal cell membrane. Next one, inhibition of protein synthesis. Now protein synthesis, here you are seeing the 50S, that is erythromycin, example chloramphenicol 50S inhibitor, protein synthesis 30S inhibitor, tetracycline and streptomycins, and metabolic like DNA, double helix structure, RNA directed RNA, RNA2, again messenger RNA 30S, which is smallest unit, and larger one, that is a 50S, 30S and 50S together it will become 70S instead of 80S. And there is a inhibition by this inhibition of the step to step of the ribosomal protein synthesis. So no new formation of the protein will be formed, and that will be concerned as a growth and multiplication or increase in number of bacterial components to stop it, to prevent that growth activity or prevent that multiplication. But enzymes are also being targeted. Remember, that is RNA polymerase. In case of RNA polymerase, rifampicin is there, DNA gyrase, quinolones are there. If it is a metabolic reactions are concerned, folic acid biosynthesis, that is a dihydrofolic acid, tetrahydrofolic acid, dihydrofolic acid, is the trimethoprim and sulfonamides. So these slides, it is representing to you all the 4 basic steps of mechanism and action or the sites along with the example, and this is one of the important slides. Again you are seeing in case of protein synthesis, here is the mRNA, codons are there, triplets, then peptidyl sites, acceptor site, tRNA which is carrying amino acid chain, that is a growing polypeptide chain, peptidyl site, that is transferase along with transferase center. So 50S which is a larger one, 30S which is smaller. So coding and decoding are again concerned. So messenger RNA make the first important step of, along with this 50S and 30S, you are seeing that is a initiation complex. This initiation complex, there is already present on the tRNA amino acid sequence and acceptor site which is carrying one more amino acid component. The next step is there transpeptidation. So whatever the amino acids are there, and they are directly shift to the acceptor site along with 4 amino acid sequence, and tRNA it will become nascent single, and as soon as next tRNA carrying amino acid will be coming, so initial tRNA it will just displaces along with its codon. So mRNA is also being forwarded. So message is carried out for the protein synthesis. So that we can say the translocation, initiation to bind, then transpeptidation, and then to the translocation steps. So here you remember ribosomes which are involved in the protein synthesis by bacteria, messenger RNA which is a transcript from the DNA become attached to the 30S subunit of the ribosome. 50S subunit then bind to 30S to constitute 70S, as I said to you. And this unit moves along with the mRNA so that successive codons of mRNA pass along with the ribosome from acceptor site, that is A site, to the peptidyl site. This stage is part of protein synthesis and it is known as a initiation complex. Codons means triplet of 3 nucleotides carrying the codes specially for specific amino acids needed for protein synthesis. Next is a transfer of RNA or tRNA, which is existing amino acid as A to A3, which is already attached at the P site of the complex by complementary codon anticodon pairings. And incoming tRNA carries another amino acid residue to be added to growing peptide chain. The incoming tRNA then, along with new amino acid, that is A1 to A4, binds to the acceptor site by complementary base pairings. And peptidyl chain, that is a growing peptidyl chain, as you seen on the last slide, on the tRNA attached to the peptidyl sites, transfer to the tRNA linked A site. And this process is known as a transpeptidation. So tRNA at the P site has lost its peptide. And transferred it to tRNA of the A site, which is now consists of 4 amino acid peptide chain. Thus, tRNA which has lost its peptide chain is ejected out from the peptidyl site, while tRNA at the A site with 4 amino acid chain is translocated to P site. So the freed A site is now ready to receive new tRNA with new amino acid, and relevant anticodons are attached to it. So the whole process is again repeated. So this is the main things to concern and understand behind it. So various examples are for antibiotics are concerned with respect to 30S and 50S. See, on the 30S, especially aminoglycosides and tetracycline, you have to remember. On 50S, protein synthesis inhibition of chloramphenicol, microlide antibiotic, clindamycins, telithromycins and linezolide. So these are the major 2 under 30S and 50S. Again, I repeat the things behind here: initiation complex, transpeptidation process and translocation process under ribosomal protein synthesis. Next one is suppression of DNA synthesis. Here you are learning with the folate, purine and pyrimidines, that is rate of metabolism, which are concerned for its growth and multiplication. And example, sulfonamides are there and trimethoprim. In particularly acreflavin case, it comes under alteration of base pairing properties of the template. If it is a RNA, DNA or RNA polymerase concerned, retroviral drugs are concerned, and some of the antiviral like acyclovirs are then examples. Acyclovir, and by inhibiting DNA gyrase, quinolones are there, fluoroquinolones are the best examples, and by directly damaging DNA and its functioning. So here some nitroso hydroxylamine type of radicals are concerned as a part of antibacterial. So these are few examples I said today. So again we will see the deep learning as soon as we will start with that suppression of DNA synthesis as far as a topic concerned. So this much of today's learning, site and mechanism of action. See, you have to take this question and write the answers in the Google document attached to the classwork. What bactericidal drugs preferred over static drugs? What is the S unit? What is the main difference between gram positive and gram negative for antimicrobial therapy? Define semi-synthetic antibiotics, and last, there what are the steps in our bacterial protein synthesis. This much of learning and write and save